Thank you, Ashanti!
What impacted me about Ashanti's presentation was that he told us that we're not alone. So many people around the world are feeling what I feel and what others feel. And that tells me that I can talk about my feelings and my problems with people, and I don't have to feel like a burden. I don't have to feel scared to know what other people think, because I know that some of them might be going through what I go through. And they can talk to me if they want to. There's so many people in this world can help each other, and we don't have to be afraid.
A lot of times we're going through rough times as adults, and we don't know what to do or where to go for help. But I think just realizing that we do wear those masks, the positive and the negative. Once we realize what we're going through, that's what is going to give us the first step to healing.
What I learned from Ashanti's presentation is how others sometimes hide how they actually feel so they don't have to worry others. And I personally connect with other people when it comes to this, because sometimes I can feel like sad or angry, and others also feel like that. So what I learned is that I can connect to others.
So Ashanti, thank you for coming to our community and making an impact with our Scorpion community. I look forward to hearing or seeing you soon. Gracias.
What I liked about Ashanti's presentation was that he was able to connect with many lives and also interact with many people in order to show us how masks work. For example, we can perceive a person like being perfect from the outside, but we can never know what they're actually living. Also, we never know how much we can connect to a person, like we can say in social media or like in person, like, oh, that person is just perfect, I want to be like them, why does my life have to be like this? When in reality, you never know if they're living through something worse. So I just really liked how he got to explain us how, however we feel, if we feel confused, if we feel sad, all the time, it's fine. That's how life is. And there's also many ways and resources you can help to understand and comprehend your emotions regarding to masks. Like for example, like counselors, teachers, he also gave us his email to really just get to talk to someone and not go under a deep hole with us and just drag ourselves into something worse.
Hey, what I learned from Shanti's presentation was that everybody feels the same as you feel, and that you feel bad from the inside, but you show them that you feel happy so they don't worry about that. And it's pretty good, their presentation, because it's pretty, you learn a lot from there, and it's very helpful for you.
My name is Lucia Alvarez, and I am one of the counselors here at San Luis Middle School. I would like to express how blessed I feel having, the opportunity to attend this conference. Thank you so much for giving us your experience and your knowledge about the topics that you talked about. I think that our students did learn a lot. Not only for themselves, but also, to help out other students that are going through something, something that's going through their minds and their families, or even here in school. As an adult, I am going to confess that it was really hard for me to identify my negative feelings. I did the front of the mask. It was really easy for me to fill it out, but the back of the mask. So if it was hard for me, I can imagine the students as teenagers, where they're finding their identity and they don't know how to identify those type of feelings that they're feeling, or even they don't know what they're feeling, right? They don't know how to express. So one of the things that we're doing here at San Luis Middle School is a project that's called Building Communities, and that's during homeroom, and where we address topics such as social emotional topics, and we also target the 6 traits, the Scorpion traits. We did want to do an extension of your presentation, and like the first day, they did an activity where it was most of a reflection, what they learned, what they liked, sharing with each other, sharing with the teachers that didn't have the opportunity to go. And then the next day, they did a project. So I would like to show you some of the things that the students come up with. They were supposed to recreate the project, the Million Mask project. And as you can see, they did grasp the concept really well. We're still missing some of the classes, but you can see that the message that you transmitted was very well accepted and very welcome with our students. So thank you so much.
Oh, good morning, good afternoon. I don't know your time. But I wanted to take the time to say thank you to Ashanti and the Thrive program for being able to make our conferences possible. And overall, just giving us a new learning experience, giving us something new and valuable to take into us. Because one thing that really stood out to me was that regardless, whenever you feel alone, you're never alone. There's always people going through the same things that you are. And you always have the right to be able to talk about them to anyone that you feel safe with. So I just really wanted to say thank you to everyone who made this possible, and wanted to thank Ashanti for what he gave us to learn and what he gave us to be able to express our feelings. Thank you.
The presentation that Ashanti gave was like really inspirational and impacting to almost all our school. And first of all, Ashanti is a really inspirational speaker. Everybody loves him. It's we feel like very proud to have him at our school, and we're just really grateful that he had the time to come and talk to us. And his presentation is basically, yes, we say we're fine, but we're not sometimes. But we don't want to say that because we don't want to really explain why we're not fine. Because if we explain, we'll just have all these emotions and different feelings wrapped around our head that we don't really want or need. It was, I just loved the time that he had for us there, and it was pretty fun.
Ashanti helped me learn and realize that many people have different feelings and that they're not all the same, and that there's masks that people use, and that some people can feel very happy outside, but then they can also feel very sad in the inside.
I really like the presentation because my students were able to understand that there's always something behind a mask. And those masks, sometimes people just wear them to hide their feelings, but as humans, we need to be able to understand what is behind. That means to understand what is inside their hearts in order to understand everybody.
I think Ashanti's presentation was really good, and it was a wonderful presentation to show us that when everyone needs help, they should go ask for it, and they shouldn't just keep things to yourself.
Hey, well, I just want to thank Ashanti for his presentation. I think my students really took a lot from the presentation. I myself also, it made me reflect on how I have to think about others, and that we don't know everyone's struggle on a daily basis. So again, just thank you.
What I think of the presentation that actually made me better is that it taught me that not everybody shows what they actually feel like in the outside, and that people, they don't always feel like they show they feel, and that, well, some people, they pass hard times and they just don't really want to worry people and they just keep it to themselves.
Ashanti was a very good person to tell us about how people feel on the inside and the outside and how it becomes different. And it taught us a lot about how emotions can change on people and on how different everybody can be.
I think the presentation was very interesting because she showed us different people's emotions, and people could have different things. So, so people would give us different things to show.
I want to thank Shanti for the great message he gave us and the inspiration he didn't only give me, but to everyone in the whole meeting that attended. I really like that you gave us the chance to be a part of your time and the activities you were doing, and I just want to thank you for the great experience.
Ashanti, my name is Ms. Quintana and I'm a teacher here at Southwest Junior High, and I want to thank you for the conference that you gave at San Luis, Arizona. It was a great experience for our students. They really like it, and hopefully we can see you again later on. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashanti, for coming to show us about the math and emotions, and thank you for being the best one in the conference.
Hello, Ashanti. My name is Ms. Sanchez and I'm an 8th grade teacher at Southwest Junior High. I had the pleasure of attending the Thrive Youth Conference, in which you presented a wonderful topic of emotions. Students really liked the conference. They interacted really well with you. I just want to say that I really appreciate that, and thank you for all your work that you're doing with students.
I would like to thank Ashanti for his presentation and for his kindness.
Thank you, Ashanti, for your presentation and your kindness.